Disguised in a doctor's coat, Charlie walks into the clinic with ice in his eyes and a secret in his heart. Behind those doors, Mademoiselle Frank, the last thread to a name he's been chasing like a ghost. He locks the door behind him, calm, cold, controlled. She stares. "Who are you?" Charlie loads a vial of yellow pollen into the air duct. "Tell me where Horst Schiller is, and I'll let you out." She hesitates, refuses. The hiss of gas begins, invisible, deadly. She panics, screams, bangs on the door. "Please," he says, "just tell me where he is." "Why?" she cries. Charlie's voice breaks. "Because he killed my wife, Sarah." She lunges when he opens the door. Fury explodes. A brutal fight. She runs, only to meet her fate under the wheels of a speeding car. This is Rami Malek, and this is The Amateur. Just weeks before, Charlie tinker with a plane in his backyard. His wife Sarah zips up her suitcase. She's heading to London. "Come with me," she says. He smiles, distracted. Maybe next time. Next time never comes. At CIA headquarters, Charlie, a decryption analyst, buries himself in work, until a phone call from Sarah flashes on his screen. "I'm busy," he says. "I'll call you back." But fate doesn't wait. It's appear that Charlie is in contact with an anonymous person in Turkey, who send him secret files showing that the Director Moore and Deputy Caleb ordered an operation of drone strikes in the Middle East counterfeit to be a suicide bomb attack, killing people in Yemen and hospital in Syria. Meanwhile, Charlie finds Chief Moore in his office. He told him that they need him in Director O'Brien's office. There, they told him about the news coming from London. An attack his wife Sarah was killed in it. It was a terrifying hostage situation. Charlie starts to review the cams of London hostage situation, and he finds that the terrorists took Sarah when she tried to save another hostage. He started to know the men who killed his wife. They are 4 persons. He identifies them, one by one. Mishka Blažić, from Belarus, hiding in Moscow. Cold, calculating, Lawrence Eliash, ex-Special Forces. Southern African, moves weapons like shadows. Horst Schiller, the man who pulled the trigger, the ghost. Charlie will hunt to the ends of the earth. Gretchen Frank, a former Armenian intelligence officer, now living a quiet life in Paris. She's not just a target, she's a thread. If he plays this right, she'll lead him to the others. None of them are safe now, because Charlie isn't just grieving, he's transforming, from analyst to executioner. They thank him for his intel, pat on the back, empty words. "Go see Dr. Garrison," they say. "She can help you cope with the loss." Cope? How do you cope with a bullet in the heart? Dr. Garrison listens, gently probing. Charlie leans forward, voice low, heavy. "I gave the agency the names of Sarah's killers, and they did nothing. They're supposed to do their job." She sighs, steady but sorrowful. "Sarah is gone, Charlie. You have to accept that." But Charlie doesn't want acceptance. He wants justice, his way. Charlie returns to work, not to grieve, but to act. He prints the classified files, the drone strikes, the cover-ups, the lies. Charlie storms in Moore's office, cold, direct. He slams the files on the desk. "You both authorized war crimes," he growls. "I could go to Director O'Brien or the press." Moore and Caleb exchange looks. "But I'm not here to expose you," Charlie says. "I want something else." They lean in. "I want to kill them myself." A beat of stunned silence. "I need mission training, cash, a new identity." They nod. They agree. But behind their eyes, betrayal. They'll give him what he wants, and then quietly eliminate him during training. They send him to Colonel Henderson. Old school, no nonsense. Charlie struggles. He can't shoot straight. He flinches. He's not a killer, but he doesn't quit. And Henderson starts to notice something else. Charlie has a gift, not with guns, but with explosives. He knows how to make things vanish. Meanwhile, Moore and Caleb dig deeper into Charlie's recent moves. They find something chilling. Charlie told them he's switched to Dead Man's protocol. If he doesn't log in every 5 hours, everything leaks. The drone files, the cover-up, the names. They thought he was grieving, but Charlie's 3 steps ahead. He's not just hunting killers. He's turning into something far more dangerous. A man with nothing to lose and everything to expose. Their team, after investigation, tells Chief Moore and Caleb that it's a bluff. There's no real upload trigger, just smoke, mirrors. Charlie played them, and now they want him gone. But when they call Colonel Henderson, he simply says, Charlie's gone. Charlie is heading to Paris. He closes his eyes. His memories with Sarah flood in. A life stolen. Charlie tails Gretchen Frank through crowded boulevards and into her building. He waits, times it right, picks the lock, slips inside. The apartment is sleek, quiet. He searches every drawer, every folder. Nothing. Except for one thing. A handgun. He pockets it. Then he got alerted that she is coming back. Charlie slips out. Fast. Silent. She opens the door and he is outside and has a chance. He raises the gun. He has the shot. But he can't do it. He's not a killer. Not yet. Charlie's research tells him one thing. Gretchen has been visiting Clinique Saint Evangeline. And now we circle back to the beginning of the story, where Charlie locked her in that room. If you've made it this far, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Charlie's mind replays the London hostage crisis again and again. Each time it breaks him open. But it also pushes him forward. Colonel Henderson tracks Charlie to a nightclub in Paris. Too late. Charlie's already set a bomb in the bathroom. Boom! He vanishes into the night. New destination, Istanbul, Turkey. Charlie moves like a shadow. His mission leads him to a small cafe tucked in the alleys of Istanbul. He scans the room. One man stands out. Maybe this is the source, the person behind the files. But before he can move, a woman steps in beside him. Low voice, steady gaze. He's not who you're looking for. She gestures to his phone. A message appears, encrypted, from her. She's no stranger. She's the widow of a murdered CIA asset, once connected to Russian intelligence. Her name is Davis. When her husband was killed, she kept the lines open to Charlie's department, in case she ever needed help. Now, Charlie is the one who needs her. He asks for her help. To find the men who murdered Sarah. She agrees. They head to her apartment, her safe house, a new base of operations. There, she begins compiling data. Contacts, surveillance, clues. The final names on Charlie's list are coming into focus. The hunt is not over. It's just beginning. Charlie lays out the next names on his hit list. First up, Schiller, the ghost, the mastermind, the one pulling all the strings from behind a curtain of chaos. He's the coordinator, the ringleader, and he's nearly impossible to find. Not a trace, not a footprint, just whispers. Next, Elish, the arms broker, the man who puts weapons in the wrong hands for the right price. But Charlie's partner has a plan. Pose as a client, dangle a fake contract, let Elish think it's just business, then strike. And then comes the flashy one, Mishka Blažić, born in Moscow, addicted to luxury, and way too in love with himself. He flaunts everything online. First-class flights, exotic views, rooftop parties, a killer with a travel blog. They dig into his latest posts, zooming in on every detail. That church? Definitely Spanish architecture. The girl beside him? His girlfriend, also a globetrotter. And guess what? She just flew from Moscow to Spain last week. Boom! They've got a lead. Meanwhile, back in Washington, Director O'Brien finishes lunch with Chief Moore. Everything seems normal, until her assistant drops a bombshell. Henderson was sent after Charlie, by Moore himself. In Madrid, Charlie and Davis close in. They find Blažić holed up in a luxury hotel, where he rents out the rooftop pool for his private sessions. That's right. This guy clears out the whole top floor just to swim solo under the stars. A cold-blooded killer with VIP habits. But Charlie? He's not rushing in guns blazing. He studies the pool's architecture, the layout, the angles. He's not a sniper. Doesn't like pulling the trigger unless there's no other way. Night falls. Charlie's waiting in the shadows of the hotel, eyes locked on the rooftop. Then, Henderson shows up. And it gets worse. Davis crackles in through the earpiece with a chilling update. Charlie, there's someone else here. Another CIA operative. Watching, waiting, layers upon layers. Spies watching spies. And Charlie's stuck in the middle of a game that's getting deadlier by the second. Now, it's time. Blažić is exactly where they want him. Alone, shirtless, and floating in his private rooftop pool, Charlie steps in, calm, focused. The predator meeting the peacock. He looks him dead in the eye and drops the bomb. I'm Sarah's husband. Blažić freezes. Then Charlie adds a little insurance, a small device in his hand. You have 10 seconds to tell me where Horst Schiller is, or this whole pool becomes your tomb. But Blažić? He laughs, thinks it's bluff, a cheap trick, a broken man with an empty threat. Big mistake. Charlie presses the button. Boom! The reinforced glass beneath the pool shatters in a sudden, violent collapse, and Blažič plunges down with the torrent of water, screaming, slamming into concrete. Instant, brutal, one less name on the list, but there's no time to breathe. Davis radios in. "Charlie, Henderson's coming. Get out! Now!" Charlie runs. Sirens begin to rise in the distance. Footsteps echo behind him. Then chaos. The other CIA operative suddenly appears and confronts Henderson. The tension explodes. They draw guns and fire at each other in a brutal, close-range shootout. Both men fall. Charlie watches for a heartbeat, then vanishes. Deputy Caleb and his task force review security footage, and there he is. Charlie, talking to someone. Not just anyone, Davis. And she is in Istanbul. Caleb makes the call, straight to the Russian station chief. "We need them." Back in Istanbul, Charlie and Davis lay low in a quiet apartment, tension thick. The end is closing in. And then, the ambush. Gunmen attacking the apartment. They try to escape. Davis is hit. She is dead. Charlie doesn't scream. He doesn't cry. He just stares. Broken. Alone. Flashes of Sarah. Her smile. Her laughter. And now Davis. Another person torn from him by the same invisible war. All he has left is revenge. And a name still out there. Schiller. The next morning, Charlie gets the ping. Elish has taken the bait. He believes the weapons deal is real. And he's in. The location? Romania. Charlie wastes no time. He's already there before Elish even lands. At the meeting spot, a single phone sits on a chair. Elish answers, confused. Charlie's voice cuts through, cold and calm. "The weapons are in the box in front of you." Elish opens it. Click. Not weapons. A bomb, now armed and deadly. One wrong move, and it's all over. Charlie lays it out. "You tell me where Schiller is. You live. Lie to me. You die." Elish, sweating bullets, breaks. "He's on a ship. In the Baltic Sea. That's all I know." Charlie goes silent for a second, then says, "Thanks. You might want to start running. Fast." And he hangs up. No deactivation, no mercy, just justice. Charlie's way. But this moment reveals something bigger. All this time, Charlie has been one step ahead of Chief Moore and his team. He's been feeding them false trails, playing the part of the rogue agent, while secretly hacking their facial recognition systems to stay invisible, untraceable. This isn't just revenge anymore, it's war. And now, Charlie sets his sights on the final target, Schiller, on a ship in the cold, open waters of the Baltic Sea. The scene opens on the icy waters of the Baltic Sea, near the Russian coast. A ship cuts through the fog. On board, Schiller, cold, calculated, surrounded by guards. But then, he gets the news. "He's here, Charlie." Schiller doesn't panic. He smiles. "Bring him in." Moments later, Charlie stands face to face with the man who shattered his world. "I came to confront the man who killed my wife." Schiller studies him, then nods. "So, you're Sarah's husband." And then, something unexpected. Schiller speaks of her with respect. "Your wife was brave. She took the place of another hostage to save her. I never meant to kill her." Charlie's fists clench. "You still pulled the trigger." Schiller defends himself, coldly, logically. "The police blocked our exit. We had to prove we were serious. She wasn't the target. You're not so different from me. You've killed my men too." Then, Schiller does something no one expects. He slides a gun across the table. "Go on, kill me. You've earned it." But Charlie just stares at the weapon. He hates guns. He's not a killer. And this was never about revenge. While Schiller talks, Charlie's real plan is in motion. He's bought time. Enough for the ship's GPS system, hacked by Charlie himself, to guide them silently into Finnish waters. Suddenly, Finnish military boats surround the vessel. A full-blown raid. Schiller and his men are taken down, arrested, justice served, but not by a bullet. Later, the fallout begins. Moore and Caleb's secret drone strike files, leaked, their operations exposed, arrested. Director O'Brien holds a press conference. Yes, Charlie is alive, and yes, he's still working with us. The world now knows. Later, in the quiet shadows of a cemetery, Charlie stands at Sarah's grave. No words, just silence and memory. As the final scene fades in, Henderson appears. He smiles at Charlie. "I underestimated you." Charlie gives a quiet nod, no need for words, and then Charlie boards a plane. No destination, no baggage, just a man, finally free. Hope you enjoyed the story. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more movie recaps. We'll see you on the next mission.